Yes, that's right. I got almost 13,000 bright dust in just under 3 weeks just by participating in the dawning, which is pretty crazy. This is always consistently the best way to get things like bright dust, enhancement cores, legendary shards, weapon parts, just levels in your season pass in general. And I feel like not enough people really take full advantage of this event, even though it is by far the most profitable out of all of the consistent live events we have in Destiny. And so I just want to break down everything I got over the span of these 2 weeks so you know just how important it is to participate in the dawning in future years. So what did I do? Really, it is just as simple as I farmed out enough materials in essence to make 1,000 cookies, and then I turn them all in. It's really as simple as that. And so as I'm going through all of my rewards that I got, there's going to be kind of 3 categories. There's going to be the amount of each material that I started with, the amount of each material I had after farming for each of the components of the cookies, the essence and the ingredients, as well as the bright dust that I got from doing repeatable bounties at Eva. And then the final value is going to be the amount of the material I had after the entire turn-in process was done. I mentioned repeatable bounties at Eva. This is really how you get most of your bright dust. Eva has a series of repeatable bounties that are unlimited as long as you have the glimmer to get them, and when you pick them up, it just tells you to make a certain type of cookie. And so, if every cookie you make is for one of these repeatable bounty, every cookie you make is worth 10 bright dust. So if I made 1,000 cookies, that's where I got 10,000 of my bright dust from. So this is definitely something you're going to want to be taking advantage of. For the essence farms, I did mostly Dares of Eternity, as that gives you a decent amount of essence and really helps you get a lot of the ingredients you need to make these cookies. And the other half of my essence farming was actually done with final boss checkpoint farming for Grasp of Avarice, because that is incredibly fast. But that's pretty much just how I got all the ingredients for the cookies. Then I made all of them with the repeatable bounties, or in respect to the repeatable bounties. And then after I had all 1,000 cookies, I turned them in and dismantled everything I didn't want. So this is how much of each material I got. So bright dust, starting off, I had 38,104 bright dust. Now after baking 1,000 cookies but not turning them in, I had 5,964 bright dust. Keep in mind, this also includes the 2,100 free bright dust I got over the duration of the event, because you get 700 free bright dust a week until Witch Queen. So that is factored in here as well. Then after turning in all 1,000 cookies, even with all of the insane XP you get from turning in cookies, I did not even get a single additional bright dust. So I ended the entire event with 50,964 bright dust, which is a total of 12,860 bright dust gained in just under 2 weeks, which is pretty nuts. Now let's move on to enhancement cores. I started the event with 4,727 enhancement cores. After I made 1,000 cookies, I had 5,064 enhancement cores. I probably just got a lot of these from like weapon drops that I got during farming Dares of Eternity for essence and ingredients. And then after I turned in all of those cookies and I dismantled everything I did not want, I had 5,363 enhancement cores, a total of 636 enhancement cores gained over the entire duration of this event, which is pretty crazy. Next, we're going to go on to legendary shards. I started the event with 40,764 legendary shards. Once I made my 1,000 cookies, I had just over 45,500 legendary shards. So once again, just from like getting guns from farming Dares of Eternity and Grasp of Avarice, both of these activities drop a lot of legendary gear that you can constantly dismantle for these materials. Then after I turned in all of my cookies, I had 47,425 legendary shards, over 6,660 legendary shards gained from the duration of the dawning just from farming these cookies, which is absolutely absurd. That's a lot more legendary shards than a lot of my friends have total I got in 2.5 weeks, which is pretty nuts. Now we're going to look at weapon parts. I started the event with 27,306 weapon parts. Once I baked 1,000 cookies and dismantled all of the weapons I got during farming, I had 32,219. And then after I turned in all of the cookies, I ended the event with 34,257 weapon parts, almost 7,000 weapon parts gained just by baking cookies. That's insane. And then, just to kind of wrap it up, I started the event at Season Pass level 429. After I baked 1,000 cookies, I ended at 543. And then once I turned them all in, I am now 565. I gained 136 levels in 2.5 weeks. This is probably the most efficient XP farm I've ever seen in my entire life, other than, you know, just AFK and throw away or something. Then finally, from this entire process, from turning in 1,000 cookies, I got 175 gifts in return. And from these gifts, you know, I of course got all of those weapons, but I also got 12 enhancement prisms, which is really not that much. So the entire event, I got incredibly rich by killing things for their body parts, turning them into cookies, and giving them to old people in the tower. And from that, I made nearly 13,000 bright dust in 2.5 weeks. Pretty nuts. I hope you guys had a good dawning. There's a couple days left. Make sure you take advantage of all of these farms, and if not, come back next year with the knowledge of how important the dawning is. In the future, I'll be making videos like this going into events so you have more time to farm, but I really just wanted to take my time in this event to prove how important it is to really participate in these events if you are low on materials. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like rating and share it with your friends. My code with Advanced is 15% off for a couple more hours, and they just released a brand new peach tea flavor, so if you're interested in that, you can pick it up using the code in the comment section below. If you guys are interested in watching either of the two videos on screen, you can click their respective invitations to be taken to them. If you're brand new to my channel, make sure to hit the giant version of my logo on screen, be subscribed for more awesome Destiny 2 videos and live streams. Thank you guys so much for watching today, and I will see you in my next video.